My teacher called my map made up, then the fire drill followed it exactly. In 7th grade, my geography teacher gave me a D- on a map that later made the principal stop an entire fire drill. The assignment sounded easy. Draw our middle school and label the important areas. Most kids drew the gym, cafeteria, office, and a compass rose. I got weird with it. I drew the normal rooms, but I also drew arrows showing where people actually walked when the bell rang. I marked the main hallway yellow because it slowed near the trophy case. I marked the library doors orange because they opened outward. And in the science wing, I colored one stairwell bright red and labeled it the spaghetti corner. That stairwell was chaos every day. Kids coming down met kids going up. The door opened into the narrowest part of the hall. Then 8th graders from lab came out carrying binders, and everyone twisted around like noodles in a pot. I thought it was funny. I also thought it was useful. My teacher, Mrs. Callahan, did not. She held up my map in front of the class and said, "This is creative, but geography is not about inventing problems." The class laughed because she stopped on the part where I wrote spaghetti corner in red marker. I tried to explain that I wasn't inventing it. I said, "That's what happens after 4th period. People get stuck there." She said, "A school map should show locations, not your personal traffic opinions." Then she wrote D- at the top in purple pen. I pretended I didn't care. I shoved the map in my binder and laughed along. What kind of person maps hallway jams? 2 weeks later, we had an unannounced fire drill during science. The alarm went off right after Mr. Alvarez handed out goggles, so half the room screamed and the other half tried to look calm. We lined up, walked out, and immediately hit the first thing on my map, the science wing stairwell, the spaghetti corner. At first it was normal drill noise, sneakers squeaking, teacher saying, "Single file!" Someone behind me whispering that if it was real, they were taking their backpack because their phone was in it. Then we stopped. Not slowed down, stopped. The class ahead of us was trying to come down the stairs. Our class was supposed to pass the stairwell and exit through the side doors. Another lab class reached the same corner at the same time. The stairwell door swung open, everyone adjusted around it, and 4 lines became one giant knot. I was standing there thinking, no way. The exact red blob. Mrs. Callahan's class was across the hall. She was trying to move her students forward, but there was nowhere to go. One kid from homeroom looked at me and whispered, "Your pasta thing!" I wanted to disappear and also frame the moment. Then the principal came around the corner. Our principal, Mr. Han, was usually calm in a scary way. He didn't yell, he just looked at problems until they fixed themselves. This time he did yell, but not at us. He told 3 teachers to hold their lines, sent the second floor group back up 2 steps, and moved our class through the art hallway. Another minute passed before the knot loosened. After the drill, we sat in homeroom while teachers walked past with clipboards. During last period, a runner came to English with a note. My teacher read it and said, "They need you in the office." If you have never been called to the office in middle school for something you don't understand, your brain invents a full crime on the walk there. By the front desk, I had convinced myself I was in trouble for laughing, even though I had not laughed. Mr. Han was standing by the copy machine with Mrs. Callahan. On the counter was my map, my wrinkled D- red marker map. He tapped the science wing and said, "You labeled this before today?" I said yes. Mrs. Callahan looked like she wanted the copy machine to swallow her. Mr. Han asked me to explain the arrows. I told him which doors opened the wrong direction, which hallway got blocked by lockers, and why sending 2 grades past the science stairwell at once caused a pileup. He listened like I was presenting at a city council meeting. The next week, our school practiced the drill again. This time, the second floor used the west stairs. Science classes went through the art hallway. The library group waited 30 seconds. The spaghetti corner stayed empty. Outside, Mr. Han said over the megaphone that the new route came from student observation. He did not say my name, which was perfect. I wanted justice, not attention. Mrs. Callahan changed my grade to an A-. She said my map was unconventional but practical. I still have it somewhere, folded in a box with a D- crossed out. And now whenever someone says a kid is just doodling, I think about that stairwell. Because sometimes a weird little map is not made up. Sometimes it is the only thing in the building telling the truth.